How you feel about the vaccine? How you feel about the whole vaccine situation?
I personally feel. Oh, sorry.
No,
You want to
guys,
go
no,
first?
first. No,
I
one
personally feel like it's to each his own. I don't feel like anybody should feel pressured to do any one thing over another. It is your body. Do what you want. And it really shouldn't be this big old argument, because the argument is actually becoming very divisive, where somebody you was really just cool with yesterday, now you expressing that you want to be vaccinated, or you are vaccinated and they're not, and now y'all having a whole beef and a whole back and forth argument about it, and I just don't even understand it. Like, really? So now we're about to not be able to communicate and bond with each other over a vaccine? Where are the facts? People need to, at least if we're gonna debate about something, let's debate over facts and not opinion.
What about you, Proof?
I mean, I echo Stormy's sentiments. Really, to be honest, I feel like to each his own. But as far as the mandate, I feel like that's completely wrong.
Violation.
Like,
They violating it.
Violation of human rights. I feel like it's a violation of, I mean, just like I said, human rights in general. Like, like it's almost and I have my own reasons. Like, like everybody have their reasons as to why they have to do XYZ. But I feel like personally, if it was up to the individual and it wasn't up to employment for the individual, I don't think as many would probably take the vaccine, because right now it's a lot of things that's unknown. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know a lot of things. So like, we're trying to do shit about things that we don't know. It's almost like, yo, I got a team. Like, you trying to fix something, and it's like, I have no idea how to fix it, but I'm gonna just tell you that I know that normally shit like this is supposed to go like this. So this is what we supposed to do, without actually doing it first and saying that this works. Like, it's document, like the vaccine, like we know that it doesn't work against protection from protection from catching it. Now it's definitely probably gonna help, based on some
getting sick from it.
Not even getting sick from dying. It's supposed to be, because here's the thing: the vaccine's design is so that in the event that you do get it, you won't die from it. You won't be on life support. You won't need to be on a ventilator. Not life support, but a ventilator. That's the design. Is it going to work that way for everyone? No, absolutely not. Those are the facts. Are people still able to transmit it? Yes, those are the facts as well. Now, initially, they were saying that you wouldn't, and that's why the people who were vaccinated didn't have to wear masks, until they realized, oh, well, that's false. People can still transmit it. People can still get sick, and people can still die from it. So at that point, the choice should just be yours, because given all the information, knowing what the vaccine is technically safer than people without the vaccine, you don't know how it's going to affect your body individually and your autonomy. So just choose to do what you feel is the best decision for you and your family. But the mandate is violating people's rights and forcing it. And that's what I just definitely don't agree with. Because now you're basically telling me I don't have a choice.
So let me ask you, are you vaccinated?
No.
Are you planning on?
No.
Prove, are you vaccinated?
I feel like, hold on, let me start by saying this. I feel like there's a lot of propaganda against it. Like, there's never been, in my lifetime, I've never seen so much emphasis on the health of my community.
Specifically, right?
I've never seen this before, bro. I've never, like, when niggas was going through the HIV/AIDS pandemic, they was not coming here trying to make fucking, how come it, there was no type of immunity or vaccines and shit like that. And mind you, it's a virus. Like let's not get this twisted. AIDS, HIV is a virus. It's not like it's a like you understand what I'm saying? It's not a disease or anything like it's a virus.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden we just have cures of all type of viruses and we don't because they're like the more information I get, I learn that, you know what I'm saying, my body is fine. So, you know, like I don't really I've never got a flu vaccine or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't need to get it. Like, why would I? If I catch the flu, I catch the fucking flu.
Have you ever had the flu?
I felt
Have
like
either of you?
I felt like I did one time and it was terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've had the flu twice.
But I tell you this,
have you ever had the flu vaccine?
Never.
I've had the flu vaccine for my job. I work at a hospital, and of course, I was against it, but I was about to have orientation, and I would not have been able to have orientation without the flu vaccine. And so my back was against the wall because I didn't have time to see if I could go get an exemption form or none of that shit. It was either you do this now or you don't have a start date, and we're gonna go with the next candidate. Yeah. So I did what I had to do, which I still feel it rings like similar to right now. I work at the hospital still. Everybody at my job is going crazy. What are we going to do? They're forcing this on us. People that didn't want to get the vaccine before, a lot of people gave in. Didn't even put up a fight. It was just like, damn, I got to do this because I got to feed my family. And that's the fucked up part because y'all know that people have to feed their families. So if it comes to that, you're not going to pick being unemployed. But why would y'all be going so hard? Hell no.
All right, now let me speak. Hold on, Proof. Let me speak on that. Hold on, I'm gonna let you get back to that. Now, for me, I'm fully vaccinated.
Okay.
All right. So like for y'all reasonings, it's not the same as a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, their reasonings is completely ignorant. Whereas like you gotta say, motherfucker, just get vaccinated. That sounds like some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Some people are just following.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And it's not to say I'm against vaccines, because clearly, and that's another thing, you know, I don't know if you guys have been reading any of the comments where people are like, oh, y'all acting like this is a new vaccine. Y'all been vaccinated before for school. Here's the thing with that. Many of us are adults now. We didn't have the choice when we were kids of what our parents allowed to happen or not happen. We don't know. We went to the doctor and whatever happened, happened. Now I'm an adult. So now I have the right to decide and make myself aware of what information is out there and decide for myself. I'm not going to just say, because I had vaccines in the past, just give me this one. No, I need more information. And again, I'm not against vaccines, but the way this is coming at us, I don't like it. I don't like being told what to do, period. But I definitely don't like somebody trying to force my hand to do something that I don't have all the information readily available to me. We're figuring it out. For people who are saying it's not experimental, yes, it is. Every vaccine is experimental for every person taking it. It hasn't been around long enough. It's not enough information for me to feel confident.
And that's what I'm saying, Storm, is like based off like you can't tell me you made like this. So, okay, it popped up in 2020 and then you got a vaccine at the end of 2020 for it. Like now I know purpose. Now,
sorry.
Storm, what you about to say?
COVID itself is not
I got
COVID itself is
that shit's been around. Yeah, that shit's been around.
So they've already been working on vaccines for it.
You're right. So COVID-19 for that. All right. So I got
for this variant.
Variant, yeah. So my thing is you know, to be honest, you have to sort of like certain people's immune system is very weak or weaker than others, rather.
Like mine.
Weaker than others. And I feel like to tell somebody that they have to take something that we know scientifically does not work for them to work or to make a living is really it stems to the racism that's still going on in America, because what they doing is they're targeting a group of people, in my opinion. Now,
Yeah,
in
they
my
are.
opinion, now when you say, okay, it's not a mandate, right? And then you see the demographic of it and who's doing it and who's not. So now you say, okay, how do we make this other Because remember, initially, the target was the African American group. You guys have to take this because you are most at risk. That's not true. Like, and they told us this, but that's really not true. And
We are
everybody,
most at risk. That's exactly what they were saying.
everybody believed that we would, like, that's not true. We have the
And then
strongest immune systems of any fucking body on this planet, bro. Like, you know, like I don't think people really get this, because as African Americans, a lot of us, like, we have the fucking cold Nordic gene and the fucking African, like, nigga, we are great.
The thing about it is, for such a long time in this country, we've had no choice but to digest what was forced upon us to learn. So now that we were born in the age of information, but now that we are where we are in life, in the era and age of information, all I do is challenge people to do research on your own. Look into things on your own, because we no longer just have to rely on what they tell us is. When something don't feel right, if you got a question in the pit of your stomach, or something is just like you can't shake it, then do your research. I'm not saying now you go out and act as if you're the scientist, because I'm not a scientist. A lot of that jargon that they spewing, I have to look up because I really don't understand. But it's way too much back and forth on both ends. There are scientists in working in the virologist, I think that's how you say it. The virologist, there are virologists on both ends of the spectrum that are for this vaccine, that are not for this vaccine. So while all of this is going back and forth, I'm just sitting here like, you know what? Until we figure it out, I don't feel confident.
My thing is, I just want to focus on the facts. And the fact is that, like, just the facts about everything. Like, don't tell me what you think I should do, because everything about, in my opinion, about the vaccine is what you should do. It's not about the actual facts. And they're propagating, like the facts. Heavy. Like, so to the average person who won't go divulge in getting their own information, they're going to take the information given.
Absolutely. And that's what they bank on.
Like, without a second hand. And that's the majority of, like, just like, this is this has been a scientific, like a fucking what they call it, experiment. And I do this all the time. You know how many times I walk in a bank and there's an ATM that's free and nobody's there, and I'm like, so nobody's going to use this? They're saying it don't work. I'm looking at it because I read. All it says is it's not depositing checks, not doing XYZ, and I go right to it. And everybody just thinks it doesn't work because somebody told them it didn't work. They didn't like.
Versus challenging the information. It's just that simple. Now, I do get it. Like a person like my grandmother's 93. She don't have but a second grade education. She's not even gonna understand all that. She's gonna rely on me to tell her and explain to her what this bit of literature even means. So a person like that, you know how many people are like that? That's not 93. You got people that's 23 that, you relying on somebody to tell you what this shit means because you don't really give a damn, seriously. But since everybody's talking about it, I guess I should have some interest. What you think I should do? So you got the blind leading the blind.
Exactly.
Like Styles P said, none of us really know what the fuck is going on. Why are we arguing? Why are we going back and forth with each other like we fucking specialists all of a sudden?
Why, and I'm glad, no lie, like you be talking your shit, but I'm glad Austin and our crew, like we got a crew, my nigga Penny. And I don't want to put his information out there.
Shout out to Penny.
Shout out to Penny, but I don't want to put his information out there as far as, because I feel like now this shit is like the way it was when niggas was voting for Barack or McClain. Like, nigga, you were like just random shit where you look at somebody that says they're a Republican and you just have an automatic like view about them without
and don't even know.
Without even understanding certain shit. Like, do you understand why you like? Would you be Democratic if you understood a lot of the shit that they did?
Do you even understand that most Black people were Republicans before we decided to jump ship?
The Democratic Party literally are responsible for a lot of our hardships in the
Absolutely.
recent. I'm talking about from the 90s on.
Right.
It was the Clinton and them niggas that put that whole drug, like, it's crazy. Like,
sure did. Fucked us over.
And Biden was right there in that
My thing is, presidents are not elected. Presidents are selected. They know who the next president is going to be already. The votes that matter are at the state level, at the local level. That presidential election, that shit is just for fucking shits and giggles.
Show.
That shit is for shits and giggles. And people be like, oh, did you vote? Don't talk to me if you ain't vote. Girl, shut the fuck up.
It's playing on that type of line. So I won't want to play shit out, but I'm glad he's one of those people to where, regardless of where he stands, he's not looking at anybody else any type of funny or differently.
Right, like, less than or...
Yeah, like, oh, if that's what you choose, I get it. I did this because XYZ. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
I feel like it's not everybody, like, you know, we gotta, like, this whole mandate shit, it's just completely wrong, my nigga. Like, if that's the case, these niggas just talking about it, like, this is crazy, bro. Like, this is wrong on top of wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the most in your face, fuck you racism that we've been through. That we've been through since slavery. No, bro, that we've been through since slavery. Like, no lie. Because a vast, and I'm gonna give you New York, for example.
Damn, I can't even drink anything. Shit, I'm thirsty. New York has
X amount of people. They say 6 million people in New York are vaccinated, right? So that's
some
more
numbers
than
are
half.
rigged.
So it could be. But that's more than half as far as what your numbers are. You don't need more than that. And we know for a fact that mass vaccinations is just a bad thing.
Yeah.
Especially when they explain the vaccine that is going.
Yeah, Britt. No, I'm sorry.
The vaccine that they have already produced. Yes. Would that have assisted you with the variant that first hit? Yes. However, that variant is gone and Delta's here. The vaccine that they are still pushing does nothing for Delta and the other variants that are you know, emerging. So then why are you still pushing it this hard? I don't know. Shit ain't feeling right. It ain't sitting right. I don't like it.
No, it's not sitting right in my soul, like, at all. Yo, did you see Manchurian Candidate?
Years ago.
We all seen that.
I never seen that shit.
All right, well, watch it.
The shit with Denzel, right?
Watch it. Remember, Storm, I hit you personally. Remember? I was like, yo, this shit is great. Yo, watch that shit, bro. Like, it's kind of, it's really relative in a sense to what's happening right now if you have an open mind. Like, if you're not just, like, narrow-minded, if you want to, like, view a broad scope and then narrow your scope down, if you watch it, and the reason why I say this is because in Manchurian Candidate, the idea was they were inserting microchips into people.
Yeah.
Right.
Through a needle. Now, it was just about, it wasn't a mass thing. It was more of a...
Let me stop you real quick. Yeah. So what is that supposed to mean, a microchip? So they can what, track you?
Like a tracker. Mm-hmm. So where everybody's at every moment.
You walk around with a tracking device every day.
Let me elaborate.
Yeah, we do.
Let me elaborate.
Not my body, though.
It was supposed to be like, you know, if you went on some other shit, they could scan you, know who you are, know what you know your health shit, know what to do with you in the case of a wild emergency. That was the technology based on how they wanted to use it. But we all know the
That
way
ain't how it was.
the way exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? And do we walk around with a tracker with us all the time? Yes. But you know what? If you decided to disengage from what we call society, you don't need a phone, bro.
Yeah.
It's our choice
Like,
at this
like,
point.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you decided
But to
go
force it on me is, that shit is violating.
go off grid, you could throw your phone away and nobody, like, so this is next level. I mean, they'll track you through cameras maybe and shit like that, but
well, yeah, because the technology, the kind of cameras that they even have is
There's no way
crazy.
There's no way getting around it. There's no way.
But that's why I always say
yeah.
anybody getting away with anything at this point is because they're not even looking for you. They don't even want you.
Yeah.
It ain't because they can't find you.
Yeah.
It's not because
So
they
it's
can't
like,
find you.
so at the end of the day, like the whole microchip shit, that shit to me is like kind of irrelevant and don't make sense to me. That to me, that's just me. But to each his own, as always.
Okay,
You know?
but let me ask you this. The idea is we're supposed to be free. We can be. Your phone is a choice.
Yeah.
The way you walk around with it, the tech, because you could get an old joint that is just bouncing off satellites and they can't pinpoint you. They only pinpoint you when you make a call. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way they can pinpoint you is when you make a call because they got to bounce off of the satellite. So they just pinpoint it. They can't even pinpoint your position. They just know you something in this area, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, putting the chip in you takes away your complete freedom. There's no way you could do anything that they won't know at all. Now, you can do shit that they won't know about now, but it's your choice to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Because this way to get around shit, like you can send letters, untraceable letters to where it's not a return address and shit like that, all type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, you can't no more. You can't send a letter without a return address. You can't send nothing without a return address no more.
No, you can.
After 9/11, no, you can't.
I do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because the only reason why is because, like, with Betty, it doesn't have to be made up. Like with Betty, the reason why I say that is because with the hat joint, I don't pinpoint a specific address. I can, but I don't need to. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I thought they had to at least have a PO box. That's just what I thought.
All they'll say to you is, yo, if it don't get there, there's no way for it to get back to you.
Right. So, okay. So it's at your own risk.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? It's at your own risk. And that's really how it works. So,
this whole world that we in is just crazy. I mean, again,
it's a cold world.
Right, we all just winging it. None of us have the absolute know-all and
I'm gonna
know-how.
This is what I'm gonna say on behalf of the people that's vaccinated. So what I'm gonna say is like, don't wait till you get sick to feel like, damn, you should get vaccinated. I'm like, hold on.
How can we say that though? Go ahead.
Hold on. Don't wait till you get sick to then be like, damn, I should have got vaccinated, because you never know. If you would have got vaccinated, it might have been a different effect on you. You know what I'm saying?
But the same could be said of the opposite.
That's true too. But then also on top of that, it's like, for me, like, I have children, you know what I'm saying? If I feel like that's going to be the best way to help be around my children healthy and safe and keep myself alive, you know what I'm saying? That's what exactly. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? My oldest daughter's vaccinated. You know what I'm saying?
Go for what or for how you feel, like, and what you believe, like, and I don't.
Which is what the rest of us are doing. Yeah, we all doing it.
Bro.
Yeah, like, that's true. And so far, like, I ain't been sick. I've been good. You know what I'm saying?
God bless.
God bless. God forbid as well. I haven't had no issues. You know what I mean? I got sick. I got sick after the vaccine. The first day The first one and the second. The first day after taking the second one, I was sick. But other than that, I've been good. So I've been straight. Nothing been fucking with me
at all. Like, I don't want to be sick no days. Like, fuck these niggas. Like, don't put no shit in me to make me sick, because I don't
I've
wanna...
never, but I'll tell you what, I've never had the flu virus ever the flu vaccine ever in my life, or whatever that shit is called.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
the flu shot. I never had that shit ever.
And that shit should be. But I feel like the mandate is completely wrong. Like, I feel like that shit is wild, bro.
Right, because you had the choice. You had the choice not to get the flu vaccine.
I mean, everybody has this. Everybody has a choice, but for me, like what I'm saying is, like, I'm always going to.
Don't. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
We don't have a choice now.
I feel like. Well, then again, let me say this. Let me rephrase that. I feel like everybody should have a choice, but for me, I'm going to always feel like I'm gonna say, yo, I think you should get vaccinated. But at the end of the day, you have a choice to do it on your own. You still grown. We all adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. What information do you have about the vaccine? Because there's certain facts about it that we know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people catching it and dying vaccinated. Like, you know what I'm saying? People who can't fight.
Now, let me ask, how many people you really heard about them dying really with the vaccination?
I know how many people
personally. A lot of people.
I know a few people
everybody
personally.
Everybody that's dying now is vaccinated, bro. 74% of the people that's dying now from COVID is vaccinated.
All the people that have died from COVID that I know.
That's not true.
No, I'm just talking about the people I know.
Numbers, that's out. I'm not making
the people that I know personally that died from COVID were vaccinated.
They probably had COVID. They might have had COVID already, and didn't know.
Goddi, 74% of the people vaccinated that are dying now. 74% of the people that are dying from COVID now are vaccinated. That is a fact. Like, you can't run from that.
I feel like the numbers are skewed.
They didn't say dying. They said 70. They probably said 74% of the people who's carrying it is vaccinated. The people that's dying is the ones that's unvaccinated. And that's a fact.
I feel like the numbers are skewed. I don't feel like either way is a fact. I feel like the numbers are skewed to whatever the propaganda is.
Listen, Goddi, 74% of the people that are dying from COVID are fully vaccinated. This is a fact. Like, we can't run from it. They won't report it, obviously. Like, you can do your research. Just do your research on it. You don't gotta believe
We'll do the research. Actually, I got my laptop right here.
Do your separate research on it. That's all. Like, you don't have to listen. Like, even the people that died so-called allegedly from COVID last year didn't die from fucking COVID. Like,
and that's a fact. That's a fact. Everybody who died, they just linked it to COVID. I work in the hospital. If you came in the hospital during that time, you came in with a cough, a regular cough. You didn't even test positive for COVID. You know what they put on that death certificate? COVID.
Come on, bro. These are facts.
It was a scare tactic. It was the scare. You know, just like with 9/11, everything was war on terrorism.
Guidelines.
Like 9/11.
Yo, whoa.
You know the drill. You know the drill.
I'm just saying, with 9/11, everything was war on terror.
We might get banned. Fucking go ahead. We might get banned.
With 9/11, everything was war on terrorism. The terrorist was our government. So what would make us trust the government so much?
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Storm. How all of a sudden now we just leaving
propaganda?
Y'all take the country. We gave the country to the top. Taliban is running Afghanistan. We gave it to them. These are facts.
We live in a wild world.
You know why?
I might actually agree with that right there. I might agree with that because they pulling the troops out by the 30th.
We found a new oil source and we moving on to clean energy. GM, starting in 2025, is going to be all
why you should be investing in clean energy.
Venezuela.
Invest in clean energy, guys.
Venezuela.
That's what I'm saying, Brad. Like, Storm, like, come on, like, yo, put dots together of shit that you know about. Don't make assumptions. Just shit that you know about. put dots together.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Just put it together. Just think critically.
There go your investment right there, Proof. I'm gonna look into that shit tomorrow morning.
Just think critically.
My nigga,
And we
Clean
move
energy.
there.
Yo,
Clean
bro,
energy
tell me
company.
why we leave. Tell me why now we leave. We decide to leave the Middle East, right? But
We
all
controversial tonight. Hey, hold up. We controversial tonight. You already know, but go ahead, Proof.
Hold on, let me say this. Tell me why we decide to leave the Middle East, but starting in 2025, all American cars are going to be running off fucking electric.
You said
GM
the
is not
when?
making more gas cars.
Really?
Starting 2000, yeah, nigga, you ain't noticed. Starting
Nah, I
2025,
ain't hear about that.
GM is not making no gas cars. Everything is electric, and all American cars are moving towards that same way.
Oh
So
yeah.
think
It's
about it,
time
my nigga. They like, you know
It's
what?
time to
We
get
don't,
some.
because
It's time
Barack.
to invest in.
Remember,
I heard about other investments.
Remember, 8 years ago, Barack invested in a whole clean energy shit to where he decided to say, yo, gas is not the way of the future. And he invested in that whole shit to where now it's gonna become a reality, bro. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like GM is a major American car producer, and they're saying they're going fully off of gas starting 2025. Everything from 2025 from GM Motors won't be gas, bro. Now that can change.
That's crazy.
That possibly can change, but that's what they're doing. And the rest of the American cars are going that way. And it's a reason. And it's the reason we leave in Iraq and in Afghanistan and all that shit. We don't need the oil. Why do we not need the oil no more?
So it's more like, fuck them niggas, we out of here. We got a new source.
You understand what I'm saying? The same way the drug game go, bro. Like, I ain't got to deal with this heroin no more. I'm moving on to this. This shit is too, like, whatever the case is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. In my opinion, 2,000% wrong because I'm always wrong and I be in my head a lot. But this is what, for information that I've got, when I put dots together, this is what I've come to.
Yeah.
And I can be.
I just pray for everybody's safety.
But when you look at what Barack did 8 years of clean energy, bro.
Yeah.
8 years of clean energy. Producing shit, fuel. All of a sudden, our biggest producer of American cars, vehicles, are going electric starting 2025. You can't buy a GM car that won't be electric starting 2025.
Yeah.
You can't buy one.
All right. Well,
And
shit, motherfuckers. This is motherfucking Goddi. Yo, what'd you say?
Come on.
This
This
is motherfucking.
Yeah. Now, I'm just saying, I don't want to get too crazy, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like.
Yeah, save that energy. Save that energy. We got something else. We got more shit planned. Save that energy. But this is motherfucking Goddi's way. You already know.
Hold on. Let me say this.